Hi, I'm Mike Mercurio.
And I'm Mark Marquez.
And this is The Scoop, where you will hear about the latest market trends and hear from an agent like yourself about what they are doing to be successful in today's market.
We're excited today to present the latest statistics and data to assist you and your clients when analyzing the listing inventory, active inventory, and other market-related data that's important to your processes. We're excited to introduce our guest today, our first guest of The Scoop, Amber Anderson. She's also graced the cover of Real Producer magazine this last month as one of the recognized top producers in the area. Welcome, Amber.
Thank you for having me.
So Amber, tell us about today's location and where we are.
Yes, we are in the Cove in beautiful La Jolla, California, in the building, one of our newest luxury building here in La Jolla called the Muse. And we're actually on the 4th floor in one of their penthouse units, which clearly we have this amazing view behind us of the La Valencia Hotel and our beautiful ocean. We had a clear day today, but just an amazing one-of-a-kind location. And I think it truly sets the tone of what SDR is all about.
Okay, Amber, let's look at the data. You know, we've looked at several segments within the marketplace. One key data specific that jumps off the page are new listings and inventory and pending sales. Looking at detached market inventory, new listings specifically, if we look at year-to-date through October, we're running around negative 5.4% on detached homes. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's very in line with the time of year. We always see kind of a decline in listings, or, you know, kind of the inventory always shifting in that 4th quarter of the year. So I think that's in line with a normal, healthy market for San Diego.
Also, another key point that we've noticed is the median home price is up about 5.5%. Do you have a take on that?
Well, I think in San Diego, and that's always, you know, we've got 44 cities within San Diego County, and, you know, these numbers are obviously the general average of everything, but you really have to look a little more closely into the kind of microclimates of each area. But overall, San Diego, on that average, has been increasing every year, and I think it's a very steady pace. It's not been a huge jump, but it's definitely not declining, which for us here in San Diego and selling real estate is so important for our buyers to have that confidence in the market that now is a good time to buy.
Absolutely, thank you for that. And if we look at closed sales are just down marginally, almost even. So year over year with lower inventory, the volume of closed sales is about even.
Isn't that interesting? Because we still have those active buyers that are truly making purchases. And I think one of the things that has been indicative of the activity is interest rates truly being low and affordable. And I do know that kind of as we got to the end of that 3rd quarter, we did, you know, those in the market kept saying, oh, we're having a slowdown, we're having a slowdown. And I think buyers were taking a little bit of a pause, but those interest rates really helped kind of stimulate that market. And we really started to see that uptake in closings, which I think is indicative of what we're seeing now.
Absolutely. I feel like lower interest rates continue to drive the market at a high level. We're certainly busier this time of year than we've seen in past seasons, which is very, very interesting going into the new year.
Yeah, I don't think the lenders were quite prepared for all the business that they were getting, and I think our timing of closings kind of stretched a little, but I know the lenders have definitely got back on, and there's shorter closings happening now, and I think just overall we've been able to work through that little bit of high impact.
Absolutely. The other interesting statistic that we found through October is that days on market has ticked up just a bit. That's countywide. So I'd be interested to hear your take, Amber, in terms of what's happening in the La Jolla micro market with days on market. Are you seeing properties stay on longer or shorter?
Well, I think average market time has definitely increased, and that is something that all sellers have to be aware of, because the fact is while we have been in a healthy market and many have, you know, seen our average continue to increase, we've not seen these drastic increases from, say, a 2016 or a 2017 market. So sellers just need to be more careful now than ever of really pricing their home to sell, and understanding that sitting on the market for some time is going to be much more detrimental, knowing that we're going to come into a season where inventory is going to increase, and if you're left with a higher priced home not moving, you know, what's the saying? You're left holding the bag.
Right, so if I were to summarize, being strategic when pricing your home is even more critical, especially this time of year. Would you agree?
Now more than ever, I agree.
So Amber, with regard to those numbers, how is this impacting your team, and how do you think, more importantly, it's affecting some of your colleagues out there?
Well, I think more than ever, we're looking very, very strategic about the listings that we're taking and the information that we're providing with our buyers. And agents just have to be a little bit more proactive with the marketing efforts that it's going to take. And I think how it's affecting my team and my colleagues is just we're a little bit more careful about the listings that we're choosing to take on. Look, I'm in the business of selling homes. I'm not in the business of just listing homes. And I think overpriced listings now are not something that I'm looking to carry on my portfolio. And I think other agents are kind of seeing the same thing. And I've had to say no recently because I don't want to use the resources of my team that are taken away from homes that could potentially sell in this market. And I think you've just got to really, really push your marketing plan forward to get these homes sold.
So with that said, how do you think is the best way for agents today, in today's market, or what you're doing to demonstrate value for your clients?
Value, which I think is a big one. Providing value to the seller and the buyer are kind of two different conversations, I should say. Providing value to the seller is really all about marketing. I think in this day and age, you can't just put your home in the MLS and hope that it's going to sell. You've got to have a robust marketing plan, an international plan, something that's really going to engage those buyers. And the value add on the buyer side is all about, I think, the client experience and really providing them something more than what they can get online. Buyers are savvy these days, and when you've got websites, don't know if I want to mention those websites, but that provide the buyer with information, you've got to be able to step it up. So what are those things in your local market that you can share with your buyers? What is the information about the schools and the best places to go to lunch or happy hour? And just really go over the top, because good service is an expectation that should just come along with the job. It shouldn't be something that's what you're bringing value to your clients. We strive for 5 stars. We want to wow our clients, and that only comes with doing a good job and, most importantly, fulfilling what we've promised to those clients from day one.
Who do you think is more demanding, your buyers or your sellers?
Well, that's a good question. I think it depends on who it is. The seller in today's market, I think, has an expectation of what the realtor should be providing. So that's everything down to videos and the photography and some of the things that are just standard now. They want to get their homes sold, and they want to get them sold quickly. And that's the challenge, is just trying to bring in that education and the expectation in line with where they are and kind of setting it up from day one. The buyer side, in terms of what's challenging, is they want more. They want to be able to know that you're going to have access to those off-market listings because you're involved in your local community, and you're going to know that, oh yeah, 2 doors down, that guy's getting ready to sell, because they can go online and they can see the data that's available or the listings that are available. And so you just kind of have to have a little bit more.
So with that, I know the MLS, we always strive to try to provide our members with the best tools available to help you with your business. With what you just said, what are some of the tools that you're using to be successful? What are some of the tools you're doing to demonstrate and provide that value?
100%. Well, I can say that I really love the new facelift of the MLS and the entire platform with all of our little widgets and everything in one place. And I would say that kind of my best tools and tips that I could share. Number one, we love Canva, which is a free service that helps with all of the graphic design and marketing. It's a very kind of dumbed down version for those of us that didn't go to graphic design school, but everything from your social media to your thumbnails. We have always been a big fan of LionDesk, only because it's a CRM that you can integrate video, and we leverage BombBomb quite often, and that's worked very, very well. But I would say my most valuable tool that I love to share with agents, because I really think it wows the clients and most importantly gives a completely different experience, not just to the buyer, but even for agents that might not have their clients there in person. And these are our video brochures. So we can literally open this up, and our video for the property would start right away. So we use this for sellers, for buyers, and just a way that not only just showcase the home, but also the lifestyle that comes with it. So we can show all about La Jolla and all the fun things that we have here for the people that choose to call this place home.
Can you tell our viewers where they would get something like that?
So there are a number of different places. This is made in China. The company that I use is called MediaFast, but there's a number that you could search for, but they're very, very cost effective for what we do.
Amber, do you have any tips or any other items of interest that you'd like to share with the group that helps you be successful in your business?
Well, I think what sets us apart from other agents in my marketplace, number one is innovation, but number two is our video marketing platform. And we've really strived to master that craft and leverage it for our clients, not just on the listing side, but on the buy side too. I have a full-time marketing director, which again is very unique to many real estate teams, but her job just from the social media and the video syndication is really a full-time job. And I'd like to think we're super organized as well, but most importantly, and I talked about it earlier, we're all about that client experience, and not just during the transaction, but moving forward in perpetuity with our client appreciation events and our private client events. But we just strive to give that wow experience is what I would say.
Awesome. So I just want to thank Amber today for joining us as the featured top producer in Real Producer magazine, created by Jesse Wright here in San Diego. We appreciate her support in that magazine's contribution today. If you liked what you heard and you need more data, go to sdmls.com, where conveniently located on the dashboard are all the buttons that you can easily click through to get the latest information.
And don't forget to sign up to get the weekly stats emailed or text to you for your convenience.
Thank you for joining us on The Scoop.